Yeah. We're now indeed talking about Need for Speed 2. Or more specifically, Need for Speed 2 SC. There isn't really anything I can say about some wacky, unique, localized versions or development history this time, other than I guess the planned port for the M2, that one beta version of the PS1 release that isn't even that different from the final. Uh, blah 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 game came out in 1997/98. SC came out in 98. Brought more cores, more color options, more tracks, and BP Poo support, and also an option for wild physics. Whatever. So anyways, let's fucking review this shit, shall we? Like, finally, mate. Finally. Alright, so where do we even begin with this fucking game? This game is such a fucking roller coaster of emotions. It just juggles around qualities at will. It goes from bad to good to so bad it's good to great to decent to bad, and then it just loops. And not even in a fixed order. That's kind of spooky. But how? How does it do this? How, Rude? How does it do this? Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna fucking tell you right now. We fucking going, mate. We going. Well, what do we even have here? Well, a lot has changed since the Need for Speed, but you still have single race. This time you can actually choose which class to race against in single race and not just in tournaments. Tournaments remain the same, whatever. Actually, what is weird about single race is the fact that you can only have traffic if you either race against one other opponent or against none. And yeah, no AI races have replaced time trial, I guess. And also, I guess head-to-head is now just a race against one person. I don't know. Mate. This game really did finally set NFS apart from its original test drive roots by actually being a proper racing game. And not just a driving game. But anyways, however, what is new to this and will become standard is the knockout mode. Unlike in the black box NFS games where knockout is a lap knockout, in the classic NFS games and NFS 2, knockout is actually a tournament. You should get the idea for this tournament featuring all tracks on 2 laps. Whoever is last by the end of the race, or just one race, gets eliminated until it becomes a 1v1 in the last bonus track. The tracks are something I will be touching on later. So what do we have in terms of cores? Well, we mostly have mid to late 90s super cores and sports cores, and also half of those are just prototypes because of course, mate. Showcase and the videos are back. That's pretty cool, I guess. It's still Class E, B, and A, but how do the cores feel now, you may be asking? Honestly horrible, but in a charming way. This game in all of its physics basically has big break to drift. In 1997, yeah, there's a bit of a problem with that. Counter-steering is fucking hard, and there's literally zero benefit to even drifting in this game. Besides in Last Resort, where in the first few turns you can actually chain the drifts at high speed. But here's the problem, the accelerating is still faster though, that bullshit. but the break to drift is rather annoying. What is also annoying are the tracks that go along with it. While they're quite diverse in terms of theme, going from a speedway in Norway to the Aussie Outbacks to the literal German Lorpland, the racetrack to a track in a pole covered in snow. This game isn't short of varying themes, and the soundtrack that goes along with these tracks is actually amazing. The soundtrack somehow manages to even beat NFS1's amazing OST. It's quite good, but visuals and audio aside, what is annoying isn't even the track design in a lot of the cases. No, it's the fucking collision. The entire problem with this game is the collision and the crash physics. The crash physics, while quite the meme material at first, becomes a real fucking pain in the ass, especially with the sometimes broken geometry of a lot of the tracks in this game. Like, you could just touch another racer and then everyone just fucking dies. It's funny at first, but quickly becomes a source of frustration, even more than any AI would. Getting airtime in this game is a fucking death sentence. Just do not even come close to a wall, okay? Because you're just going to a fucking spin spasm. It's not that bad as catching... as bad, because catching up isn't that much of a problem. You always choose the fastest car, that is. The AI is quite retarded with the geometry of the tracks too. I swear that 99.9% of the time, the AI will just straight up just fucking flip in Mediterranean near this bridge. In fact, speaking of Mediterranean, this track has some fucking big elevation changes, and coupled with this game's crash physics, it can either get annoying for you or also really easy for you, as the AI too can't handle, like I said. This really is just like Pro Street Speed events, huh? But also, did I mention the broken geometry? Yeah, I did. But anyways, these factors kind of result in this game's special quality of it being every quality there exists. If you don't really take this game seriously, this really is how this game can just jump around from being bad to good to great to bad and then to so bad. It's good. But to clarify, when I say so bad it's good, when talking about this game, I don't really mean in the Bubsy 3D or the Room kind of way. I actually mean in the sense that this game is decent, but due to how just ridiculous the physics are, actually just gets too funny. Except in this case, it can sometimes get really annoying. Like, really annoying. But that isn't to say this game actually has some proper problems. Despite the resolution and lighting upgrade, this game just feels and plays and looks more outdated than the Need for Speed. The cars in NFS1 felt like actual cars. In this they feel like toy cars. And it's like this in the animation department. It's weird to explain this, but just look at this. And it doesn't really help that despite everything I said about the tracks, about the themes of the tracks in Need for Speed 2, the fact that they didn't even bother to fully model shit like hilltops and a lot of the places just makes this game look just way cheaper than it actually should be. But once again, this game really did set the stone for the rest of the series. This NFS 2 actually is a proper racing game, unlike Need for Speed 1. Which was more of a driving game, in the vein of Test Drive 1, 2, and 3, but that still doesn't really excuse this odd downgrade. But from this game and onwards, stuff would improve heavily. I hope.
You've just committed an assault. illegal.
Yeah, put your seatbelt on. That's
Put
good.
your fucking mouth shut! You are really pissing me off.
I know I am.
And you do this for a hobby? Fucking annoy people. I'm taking your camera.
Right. Try it.
Come on, fucking try it. Come on, you cunt. Take it.
Try it.
Come on, fucking try it. Come on, you cunt. Take it. Come on. That fucking thing.
LFS2SE multiplayer.
Hey people, funny YouTube man here. Well, the wife decided to finally wear the dress unlike the last time, which is good since I recorded too much footage for this. Broken footage, but shut up. So we'll fucking talk about the multiplayer now. It has all the modes from single player, it's fun, okay? It's fun. If you get over this game's dumb fucking physics and its dumb fucking collision, its dumb fucking nigger... everything. And its dumb charming visuals, but anyways, this is the end. Bye, nigger. Bye. Ciao. Epic Gaming.